Wow, good evening, everybody. Man, good Lord. Hope you're doing okay, man. It's kind of bright in here. Give me a second. Watch, I'm gonna burn my hand. Ow, 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 ow. Can you see me now? Nice, kind of. Hey, so anyways, man, I hope everybody had a great week last week and a great weekend. What's up, my brother? Thank you for sharing, Matt. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate the commercial as well as well. So, dude, you're absolutely amazing. Um, Yeah, so I know I had a good weekend. I worked, of course, but I also got to make it up to the metaphysical convention up at the Bell Mansion this weekend, Saturday. Got to hang out with some awesome people. Uh, my buddy Vicky Hilliard, I got to see him, man. Hi, Natalie. The Wicked Wiccan sisters, I got to see them and hang out with them. And Angie Strum, the owner of it. So it's just overall a great week. Um, a couple things. Um, This show is dedicated to some people that I know. I won't give last names, but this show is dedicated to Norman and to Julia and to Lisa and to Heath and to Joanne. Um, those names have deep value meaning to me. So, just some announcement, man. Make sure you guys Beer Fest. Get your Beer Fest tickets. Come on, people. 200 vendors. Um, what's up, Jeremy York? Yeah, New Orleans, September 29th, 30th, October 1st. Um, you can come down. You get to see me. I'll be a special guest, and I'm also the MC. I'm MCing the whole event for the weekend. So get your tickets. Come on, people. It's going to be a great time. Um, Tony, how you doing, brother, man? I hope everything's doing good with you and Trudy and Skyla. Um, so yeah, come down, and there's going to be music. Ghost Addict's going to be there. Pretty awesome group. So got to give a happy belated birthday out to my homeboy Philip Gibson. Man, happy belated birthday! How about them chopping? What's up, Jason Wall? I'm about ready to talk about you. Just kidding, but I do need to talk to you about a couple things. Nothing bad though. Happy early birthday to Ashley Monroe Marino. I always chop that name. Happy early birthday to her. Hey, I appreciate it, Corey. I'm sorry you're under the weather, man. I hope you get to feeling better, man. What's up, Raymond? Hey, sis. How's Courtney doing? I gotta give a shout out to happy anniversary to Travis and Sky Bickle. Hope everything's doing good. So tonight's topic is a little different. I'm still gonna try to hopefully put some laughter into it, but it's more of a serious topic. So we're gonna be talking about bullying. And what's up, David? I hope you're doing good, brother, man. I hope you're doing good. And when the person that's being bullied becomes the bully, and a lot of people don't think that happens, but it happens more often than what you think. I just want to throw some statistics out there for you. Bully victims are 2 to 9 times higher, more likely to attempt suicide than a person with just depression. So we got to keep that in mind. Um, every year, 4,400 people die from taking their own lives because they were bullied. 4,400 kids. I guess I just can't say kids, but 4,400. 160,000 kids stay home every day because they are either getting bullied or scared to get bullied at school. 160,000 kids. Yes, it is, brother. Um, and I have to throw this one out there. And this is a hard statistic for me to throw out because I know it's so controversial. So 75% of all school shootings are done by kids who have been bullied. That is horrible. That is horrible that it has come to that. And today, bullying has even gotten worse. Um, and there's this, yeah. So let's jump into it. So, bullying. So, I'm going to talk about my own experiences, you know, but it goes a little bit different than most people because, you know, mine didn't start at an early age. So growing up um, in elementary, I really don't recall getting bullied a lot. Now, there was one guy named Ron who actually ended up being a friend of mine, but Ron was the type of guy that was your friend, but he would also bully you. He was a bully friend. Um, you know, because we would hang out all the time, and but he would also be mean to me as well. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd want to fight me and do this and that and just pick on me. But as far as like just normal, like elementary school, I didn't get picked on. Why? Because back then, in the '80s, there was breakdancing, and I used to breakdance. Yes, and I was really good at it. So I was popular with that. But I was also on the elementary basketball team, and I played baseball. Um, so even though this little guy who's still tiny, um, I didn't get picked on because I was popular. One person picked on me. Um, it was a girl, and for those who don't know, I'm pigeon-toed. There goes my stupid mic again. Um, I am pigeon-toed, so growing up, I had to wear braces in my shoes. And I remember one day at school, we were all playing something, and my shoe fell off, and my brace fell out, and a couple girls seen it, and that was bad because they started making fun of me. Okay, which is funny because the girl today, that one of the girls that did that, is actually part of my family now, and she's always apologized for that. So, but as kids, we don't see it as bullying. We see it as picking on each other or picking on this person. And I tried to explain that to my son one time, to Aiden, because they have a friend, and they would pick on, hey Jennifer, yeah Ty. A lot of people never knew that. Yeah, I wore braces, and so it like it hurt. I mean, back then when you're a kid, you know, um, that's stuff you don't want people to know. It's like having dentures. Even today, I don't like people knowing, even though damn near everybody knows, and I'm fine with that. But I was lucky. I had some really good friends. Ty Surface is a childhood friend, man. Love you too, brother. And yeah, dude. So I've been lucky. So we get into junior high, and here I am. I'm still part of the basketball team, still hip hop dancing and everything. Not so much bullying going on, but there's a little bit. But you don't. Once again, I didn't see it as bullying, because I didn't always get a haircut, so I would get these side burns that stuck out to the side, and people would make fun of me. They'd call them wings, tell me I need to fly away and do this and that. But once again, it really didn't bother me because I played a lot of sports. I did basketball, I played football, I still play baseball. I was on the swim team. I did track. You know, Still the popular guy that went to the dances and hip hop danced in the middle of the crowd. And, you know, but once again, there was always just those one couple of people, including Ron, who I still hung around with, that would still just pick on me. I remember we would go um, to the skating rink, and every time, you know, uh, something would happen, and I would be in the bathroom, and he would come in, and he'd want to fight right then and there. And I'm like, dude, what is your problem? And it was his way of just bullying me around, because he knew how to get under my skin. But anyways, so I need to backtrack a little bit. So my son, I was telling him because they have a friend, and they all pick on the one friend, and they all pick on each other too. But I remember one time they were all over here, and they all got Aiden's airsoft guns, and they all waited for the one kid to come out. Well, they all went outside, and then they all started chasing him. You know, and to them it was just a game. You know what I'm saying? Like kids know, but they don't know. But I pulled him off to the side. I'm like, dude, you can't do that because that's like and it upset the kid a little bit. I said, that's bullying. And then he's like, no, Dad, we weren't bullying him. We were just having fun. I said, now listen, was he laughing? No. Was he having fun? No. Then you're bullying him. And that is the difference between uh, having fun with your friends and being bullied. Me and my friends, Jason Wall, I mean, even Ty. Ty, if Ty was to give me a hard time, I would never take it personal. I know how Ty is. Most of these people on here that have met me know I am laid back. I've heard every short joke in the world, and it doesn't bother me. I don't let it get to me. You know, I can't. Because I'm used to it. But it never got me to that stage to where I wanted to go in somewhere and do something bad. So, dogs. I know. I love you too. My dog is standing right next to me. So, hi sis, how you doing, Crystal? So, um, and that was the one point I wanted to make clear was the difference between just having fun and goofing off with your friends and bullying is if that person is not um, enjoying themselves, and if you're hurting them emotionally, that is bullying. That is not having fun. That's not playing games. Whether it's a friend or whatever, that is bullying, and we need to keep that in mind, especially with our kids, because that's a big thing that we may misinterpret, when we see them out with their friends. Um, so junior high wasn't bad, eighth grade kind of changed a little bit. Yes, there is, Jeremy. Yes, there is. You know, um, man, almost. So I got into eighth grade, and that's a part of me started getting kind of angry. Oh, children are definitely um, jerks, and they're worse. Um, Most girls between the age of 10 and 14 get bullied the most. And I don't care what anybody says, okay? I was a substitute teacher and I was a recess aide. Girls, when it comes to bullying, girls are meaner to other girls than boys are to boys. That is just a fact. And that's a sad fact, but it is true. And I don't know why, because, well, I kind of know because y'all messed up. But, you know, they just are. But eighth grade, I didn't make the basketball team because basically I was kind of told I was too small. So I'm just like, man, and that hurt my confidence because I for a guy I always played basketball even through high school. I couldn't make the team because I was too short, but I played at like the POW club. So, but anyways, so eighth grade, there wasn't really a whole lot of bullying going on because I was the eighth grader, and well, that's just how it was. High school starts coming along, and things change. Okay, so my freshman year, the only person that bullied me, Enoch, how you doing, brother? Man, I hope you're doing good. Listen, Chrissy, my brother was in high school, Chad, which he told me, hey, we're gonna pick on you, okay, just as how me and my friends are, but nobody will do anything to you. And I knew that. So if they were to put me in a locker, I knew it was going to happen, but they also would let me right out. But they guaranteed they made sure nobody picked on me. That's just the way it was. I mean, my brother and his buddies, they were the kind of guys that you didn't mess with in school, you know, especially a couple of his buddies. But once Chad got out, that's when things took a different turn. So I I I totally understand that, Joshua. I really do. We didn't have to worry. You're right. We didn't worry about in the 80s about school shootings. It wasn't as common as it is now, and I think there's a huge reason for that, which I'm going to definitely get into. So, um, I still hip hop dance, which I was still known for my hip hop dancing, but no, it's not. Absolutely not, Rachel. It's not. It's not gender bias. It's not ethnicity bias. It doesn't care your color, your sex, your sexual gender, rich or poor. Yep, doesn't matter. And being okay, my freshman year, I was like 5'2", 97 pounds. Okay, that's just a given. Okay, so through high school and even through adult life, I'm still tiny as hell, and it become more noticeable. You know, the picking on me, bullying, whatever. Now, it never became physical. It never became physical because, well, let's just say you can pick on me and you can try to bully me, but I'm not going to back down. That's just the way it is. I've always been that way. Some of my oldest friends can probably tell you that, especially Jason Wall, if he's still in here. Just wasn't going to happen. But there was things that when people would find out, that would that would hurt me, you know. So this is where everything starts changing. So here I am in high school, and I'm the one being bullied. I'm sorry, I got a cough. But then here comes the other part of me. So from getting bullied, I started getting angry, and we, for myself, I needed an outlet, and unfortunately, the five names that I mentioned earlier got picked on. Let me correct that. So, what does one person who gets bullied becomes a bully? After a while, the person was that is being bullied uh, finds an outlet. Unfortunately for me, it was Norman, Julia, Lisa, Heath, and Joanne. Um, I would, I don't, I would bully them. I'd call them names. I'd pick on them, you know, because here I am getting bullied and picked on by people because of my height. So what am I doing? I picked out five people who I knew I could pick on. Now, Norman. Norman was my best friend in elementary school, kindergarten through third or second, kindergarten through second. Okay, he was my best friend. Third grade, I transferred. I ended up going to another school um, because we moved, same county, just a different school. So um, here we are in high school, and Norman's at the same high school. Now, let me remind you, this kid was my best friend for 3 years in elementary. And I am now, instead of being that friend that he knew, I became that person he disliked, picking on him, calling him names. Um, that is awesome, Joshua. That is awesome. um, Norman, at the time, when he was younger, he would eat his burgers, you know. So, and that was one thing I knew. So, anytime I wanted to pick on him, and if I seen him in a school in in the hallway or nothing, I would make fun of him for that. And I knew it got to him. That was the bad thing. Um, Julia and Lisa had, they were a little bit, they were poor. So, yeah, I picked on them. Joanne was a tall girl, uh, you know. and we would call her Amazon and pick on her for this and that. And you know, I've always been known as this loving, caring guy. But Anthony, what's up, brother? But there was that part of me, that bully. I mean, I'm 5'1" and I'm 109 pounds, and I'm a bully, literally. I'm picking on kids, and I become the biggest douchebag in the world. And at the time, I didn't think of it as bullying. I just thought I was just picking on them, until because I mean, that's what we were always told growing up. They're just picking on you. They're just picking on you. So that's what we heard, and that's how we took it. Is well, I'm just picking on them. I'm not being mean. I'm just picking on them. Blah blah blah. Well, now as adults and bullying has come more in the spotlight, you look back on your life and go, "Wow, um, I was a bully." God, I was such a jerk. Um, and the good thing, not the good thing, the one thing that came out from all of this is as an adult, I have actually seen these five people since then, and I apologized to all of them. Anytime I've seen them, I mean, I still see Joanne and I talk to her, um, and I think that made a huge difference for me. I don't know about then, but to know that I was such a horrible person back then, um, which absolutely astounds me. But I knew I had to do right. I knew I had to when I seen these people to apologize to them. You know, because I knew I wasn't the only one that did it. You know what I'm saying? I know there was other people, but I didn't want to be one of those people in life when Scott Wilson, yeah, he's a jerk. Which I am, but um, to me it was important to about to apologize because in general that's not me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can be mean. A lot of you Rachel knows me, and I mean, Holly, you guys know me, but you don't know me. I love you all to death, and there's a side to me that I absolutely hate. um he's a mean little shit. I know, Rachel, but to me, that was the most important thing in this life. Besides my family and my kids, my grandson. Oh my God, I got to see my grandson today. ADHD, squirrel left. But I wanted to make sure they got apologized to, you know, um, and get to know them as an individual, and that meant a lot to me. And it's not to just, especially to Norman. He was my friend, and I haven't seen Norman in years. Last time I seen him, I got to talk to him, apologize to him, and you know, I would love to see that guy again. I definitely need to find him and reach out to him. So, um, but anyways, so that is one thing that turns a kid who was bullied into a bully. Um, you know, it's just hard. And Josh, we were talking about we didn't hear about school shootings a lot. So nowadays, when you think about bullying, um, it's all just still the same thing, but there's also now it's gotten worse because there's cyberbullying. Okay, cyberbullying is so easy for anybody to do it nowadays. Look at TikTok. You have so many trolls on TikTok, and they can talk all the crap they want, and nothing can be done. Nothing. So you got TikTok, you have Facebook, you have Snapchat, you have Instagram, you have Twitter. I think I said Facebook. You got corn. Not that, not that hub site. I mean, if you like to get bullied like that, that's all on you. I'm just saying, if you get kinky. But when you think about those 6 and the kids who use them, okay, kids, my daughter, Jenna, was getting bullied by 2 girls on Instagram. Not a joke. Not a joke. And one of them was one of her at the time was her ex friend, and dad mode stepped up, man. I'm like, hey, you know, I knew the parents. I was gonna go straight to the parents, and she's like, Dad, don't worry about it. But as parents, we need to worry about it. And a lot of times, if you look at your kid and see something's wrong, but you're not quite sure, you need to talk to them. Okay. If your kid loves doing something, whether it's sports or whatever it is, if there's a physical activity that they loved, and all of a sudden they start pulling themselves away from everything, isolating themselves, you know, you need to talk to them. Even if they say there's nothing wrong, there's something wrong. As a parent, I'm just talking from experience. Um, I found out my daughter was a cutter from being picked on and stuff. And parents, you might not see it. You never will unless the kid says something. But we have got to, as parents now, have got to start teaching our kids. I seen a video out there one time where this mother shaved her daughter's head because her daughter was bullying a girl. Now, everybody's comment on there was, oh, you can't do that. That's child abuse, blah, blah, blah. Whether you're right, think it's right or wrong, it was done. And I guarantee, though, that girl probably won't bully no more because her mom stepped up and said it will never happen again. And that needs to be done. As a parents, we need to be in our kids' lives, and we need to listen. We need to get our kids. If your kid is being bullied, that you got to talk to your kid. They got to let teacher know. If that teacher does not do anything, you need to keep bugging the teacher. The teacher, the principal, superintendent, no matter who it is, you got to keep bugging them. If you know their kids' parents that's bullying your kid, go to them. If they don't listen, that's what I'm saying, Rachel. And, as a kid who used to do it, I always told my kids, don't ever do it, you know, because I had to learn from my mistake. I hurt people from it. Um, but we've got to teach our kids a lot of things. And I know people may disagree with me, but I think it's a lack of respect. These kids, they're not taught that kind of respect. Um, and maybe they are, and they're doing it just to be cool around their friends. That I know that happens a lot. Everybody wants to be cool in front of their friends. Say, let's pick on the kid that's, you know, not as good looking or has bad clothes or just as funny or this or that. If that is your kid, snatch them up and let them know that's not okay. 4,400 kids, 4,400 kids every year take their own lives from suicide or from bullying. 4,400. That's hard. It's a hard thing. And a lot of time nowadays, schools, even though they have a strict policy where we live, Huntington North is supposed to have a strict policy on bullying, but yet they half the time they won't do nothing about it. If a kid who's getting bullied, and this happened to a girl, no, her son was getting bullied, and he socked that kid right in the face, and just like every, that kid's parents tried to sue her, and the school expelled her son, even though she had went and told them numerous times about her son being bullied. If school takes a serious policy on bullying, they have to treat each case as such. It needs to be fully investigated. Of course, it's going to be a he said, she said, he said, whatever, but it needs to be fully investigated. That is an extremely heartbreaking number, Jennifer. And you're right, Jeremy. That is 4,400 futures that we will never know the potential of. Bullying is a serious issue, and cyberbullying has made it even worse. Like I said, it's become so easy now. Adults can do it. Adults can do it to kids. That's even worse. Adults are doing it to kids now more nowadays than ever because TikTok, Instagram, and all these other apps are allowing it. And it's just, it's crazy. Jeremy Smith, how you doing, brother? And, you know, nowadays with so many different things going on in the world, um, it is, Jeremy, it is a commonplace now, because growing up, we didn't hear a lot about transgender and stuff like that, but now it's out more. So now there's even more bullying, and a lot of parents are like that now. They will bully a child who's become transgender, and regardless of what the side of the fence that you are on, the issue, that's something you can't allow, regardless, because it's still a human being, regardless of that person's decision. And I say that heartily because I know two people in my family who are that way. And regardless of how I see it, that's family. And that's just something you can't do. It's like looking at bikers, right, Jeremy? It's like looking at bikers. You see a group of people riding motorcycle. You think, oh, they're bikers and they're bad people and this and that. Some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life have been bikers. That is a straight fact. There's a bike, there's an MC club out there called BACA, BACA, and it literally stands for Bikers Against Child Abuse. They will go up, they will pick this child up and make sure they go when they need to go to court, and they will be there with that child the whole time and support them. Bikers will also, if a kid gets bullied, bikers will help that kid. They'll take that kid to school so everybody can see. That's what I'm saying, Anthony. Like when you get bullied, you can literally become the bully. You literally can. Yep. And there's bikers against predators. So we all can't judge a book by its cover, and we definitely don't want to pick on them because biker gangs are kind of scary sometimes. I know I'm getting way off subject here. Um, Back to bullying. So when you think about, sorry, I'm just pulling this up here. Absolutely. But nowadays, and I know kids are more, at least with when it comes to transgender, I think kids today become more of accepting because that's just how their generation is. Um, but like I said, we as a different generation have taken it to a different level. You know what I'm saying? Because we still look at our way. I mean, so adults are starting to become bullies as well. Um, and it's not just towards transgender or any bisexuality, but like I said, today's apps, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, definitely TikTok. TikTok is the worst. Ladies, gentlemen, if your kid is on TikTok and you are not keeping an eye on your kid and their TikTok stuff, you need to, because yes, one, there's predators there, and it is bad. Two, the bullying, not just from kids but from parents. It has become so easy for people to bully on the internet. It's not even funny. Yes, that I'm straight up on this one. I always told my kids, because and ask your kids, ask them, are you, get in their lives. Oh, you bully little guys like me? Listen here, brother. Firepower. Um, yeah, back to that. I always told my kids, because I ask my kids if they get bullied a lot. You doing okay? You being picked on? And this is, like I said, this has happened. And I always told them, hey, if you feel you need to fight, you don't start it, but you sure damn well finish it. And we'll worry about the consequences later. And that's just how I am. That's just how I am. Um, I, one of my one of my sons, um, he was friends with this girl, and her boyfriend didn't like my son because they were friends, and he kept trying to bully my son. And one day he came home and said, "Hey, so and so said that they were going to bring a knife to school," and yeah, you know. So I called the school and I left a message. Never heard back. So I called the school officer up there and I left him a message. And I just told him, I said, listen, man, so and so said he's going to bring a knife, stab my son. I said, I would like this to be looked into. I said, okay, I I'm just letting you know I'm a veteran. I'm an ex correctional officer, and I'm just letting you know if this is not taken care of, and if I have to, it's not going to be pretty. And the officer called me back like 45 minutes later. He's like, uh, Mr. Wilson, uh, you shouldn't be talking like that. I'm like, listen, somebody's going to bully my son, and then he's going to threaten us, hurt him, um, and you guys ain't going to do nothing about it. I will, and that's just plain and simple. So if um, you guys would rather handle this other than me, I appreciate that, because I'm not going to be as nice. And I never heard another thing from it. You know, I never heard another thing from that. My son saying this kid did this or this kid did that. Not another peep. Not even. So, as a parent, I take it very seriously. See, I don't, and I think that's the biggest thing is I don't know um, if kids are taught, like, that's a good point. Not all kids are taught that are bullied, but when you think about it, um, it can be taught, especially from a parent. Obviously, I've been lucky enough, as I got older. I can't say it as um, I didn't, as I grow up, because I never grew up. I just stayed the same height. But as I got older, see, my kids didn't get to see when I bully. I bullied my kids because they're my kids. I'll be poo poo out. I'm just kidding. Facebook. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Um, my kids know better. I love my kids. I try to teach my kids to be humble, be respectful, and treat everybody with respect because I treat everybody with respect except Jeremy Smith. I'll see him at Wetzel's. He knows what I'm talking about. But see now, see, I get this ADHD going on, and then I lose focus. Um, I will treat everybody with respect. It's your job to keep it. I'm just saying. I pick on Jason Wall, and I've probably picked on 90% of the people in here, but it's not to the point because like if I know I hurt somebody from picking on them, then that's it. I'll be done. I won't pick on that person. One of the biggest people who she's not in here, Eileen Jones. Me and Eileen Jones pick on each other hardcore. I mean, me and Jason Wall do too, but me and Eileen Jones do. But what I love about that is we don't cross that boundary. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a bullying situation. We literally just pick on each other. Eh, No, that's not why I don't come down no more, Mason. I work all the dang time except when I'm doing podcasts. That's right, Josh. It's teasing. Well, you don't bully me, Mason. You know better than that. Where's my coffee? You should be bringing me coffee. That dude made this dude right here. I'm gonna give him props. This dude brought Mason King, man. This is my neighbor. He bought himself a smoker, and he brought down some beef brisket the other day. I'm telling you all what, I ate like a king. I'm not lying, dude. It was so freaking good. Paracello, how you doing, brother, man? Rachel, we all pick on you. See, this is what I'm saying. I have so many people in here, I get off subject. Um, I mean, I pick on Rachel, but there comes a point in time, like if I knew there was something that I said that hurt Mason or Jeremy Smith, Jeremy York, you know, Rachel or Jason Wall. Nah, dude, Abby's my sister, dude. That don't bother me. I'm just always tired. Um, but we know our boundaries. Like if I said something that would hurt one of you guys, um, it would be an instant apology, which I've done. Um, I've made, you know, that's right. I do, Jeremy. I mean, I've hurt some people, even with my actions. Wrong place, wrong time. My buddy Jeremy York knows what I'm talking about. Um, doing my hair for Stacy Stessel, my friend who has been battling breast cancer. You know, and so, and I hurt Jeremy, even though it was a good thing to do, is at the wrong time, and that messed me up. And there was an instant apology, and that's just how I am. You know, um, I'm a very loving person. You know, am I a bully? Yes, I am a bully to my friends. I will bully the crap out of them. I don't care how big, small you are. I will bully you. Ask Dane Martin. Dane Martin's 6'10", and I try to bully him every day. I'm not a bully. Okay. I'm taking a swallow because my throat's getting dry. So, parents, now I'm going to talk to you as parents. Listen, oh man, you know what? I'm so horrible at this. I keep forgetting to do my banners. I don't know why, but get in your kids' lives. I'm just saying, get in your kids' life and um, talk to them. If your kids are upstairs right now on their phones, just doing whatever, and you're downstairs just chilling out, like I know you guys are watching me. Um, As soon as you get off, go up, talk to them, get in their lives, ask them what's going on, make sure everything's going okay, especially if their attitude just has changed. When I mean change, I'm talking 180 degrees. Find out what's going on. And like I said, you have to be in your kids' lives. Bullying starts at a young age. Like I said, girls ages 10 to 14, they are at the highest rate of getting bullied. I thought I wrote what it was, but I didn't because I'm retarded. 60% of kids that go to school end up getting bullied at one time or another. 60%. And when you think about it, who are those kids that get bullied nowadays? The geeks, the nerds, you know, the emo kid. I'm just saying. That's because you're like Jeremy Smith, you're like 12'8". Shut up. And when you think about it now, the paranormal, how many kids do you think that go to school, if they start talking about having gifts, I wonder how often do you think they would get bullied? Yeah. Goth and emo. Yeah, I know it don't, Jeremy. I mean, look at me, dude. I'm the Hulk in tiny size. I'm like the Ant Man that turns green. I'm thinking that's what I'm doing. So don't, because now I'm trying to go back. Okay, so yeah, the emo kids, and like I said, parents, just get involved in your kids' lives. I know we get caught up with our own between work and coming home and you know cooking dinner, cleaning house, but get involved in your kids' lives and don't ever get out of it. I wish good things come in small packages. I do have a big heart. Um, Even as adults, as our kids get older, um, stay in their lives, and because, like Holly said, even adults still get bullied by other adults. That's once a bully, always a bully until you break that. Yes, yes. Me and my friends know our limits. I pick on Jason. Like I said, I pick on Jason Wall. Jason Wall is absolutely one of my best friends, and Jeremy's a good buddy of mine. A lot of you people are in here. I've known Jason. Golly, Jason. What are we talking? 30 something years now. And me and Jason just pick on ever since the first day we met. We picked on each other, and but we know our limits. I would never say anything to extremely anything to hurt Jason, and he knows that, and vice versa. Yeah, 35 years. Yeah. So and I know Jason would never say like anything extremely personal that would hurt me. That's just how our friendship is, you know. So and that is always the huge difference. I mean, my wife bullies me, you know. You bully me, see, every day. Jason, your sister-in-law bullies me. Jason tries to bully me, but doesn't work, does it? No. But no, seriously. And that happens as well. Even though I'm joking with my wife, um, spouses can bully each other. I know a buddy of mine that this happened to. I'm sure he's probably watching, and it happened to him. His wife was a bully, right, Jeremy? That's what I'm saying. Um, A buddy of mine's wife bullied him, and that is not a joke. It happens. It happens to guys. It happens to husbands. We get bullied too. But men in that situation, 90% of the time, men are more likely to bully the wives. We just all need to learn to get along. Okay? That's just what it comes down to. We need to find love. We need to make people feel good about themselves, and we need to make them laugh, not treat them different. I absolutely agree. You want a drink? I got whiskey. Yeah, I do. Um, Crystal Kohler and Tim Kohler, they try to bully me, and I just don't let it happen. You know, why are you laughing? And it just happens, and it becomes sad. Yes, that my better half. Yes, that was her. She's taking medicine. Um, and unfortunately, bullying becomes easily done in family as well. It's not just in schools; it's everywhere in everyday life. You're what? Okay, I didn't hear one word she said because I'm going deaf. Hi, Irene. I hope you're doing well over there in Japan. What'd you say? Your children do bully you. You need to lay the smackdown on them. Sorry, you guys. I had to I had a belch. Yes, April does bully everybody, and Crystal, you know how she is. She doesn't. Oh, you got hacked and stolen from me. I'm sorry to hear that. Um, hey, I am laid back. I'm not a handful. I'm not a handful. But anyways, listen. You see the banner on the bottom. Text 988, whatever you want. Whether you're a child or adult and you're being bullied, they will help you. They'll have somebody call you. They will talk to you. That is the number to get some help. Okay. If your child is being bullied, let them text it. Support them. And if a child comes up to you, your child, and tells you that they are being bullied, take action. If you are a teacher, please, if a child comes up to you and says they are being bullied, take it serious and get to the bottom. A lot of the bullying happens, unfortunately, at recess and in the hallway. So it's always hard for a teacher to catch kids being bullied. As a recess aide, I didn't always get to see it until that child um, would come up and talk to me. And it has happened. It happened at one of the schools. I had a child come up to me. I took action. I'm just telling you, as a society, we have got to start taking better action against something, against this. Are we going to stop bullying? No, it's not going to happen. Just, it will never happen. But if we can help those who are being bullied, then maybe numbers will go down. That is the biggest thing, is how can we help? Start stepping up. Don't be afraid. Even if it's not your child and you see a child being bullied and nobody's doing anything about it, you do something about it. Seriously. I think that's the problem, is we're always afraid to step in. Because if it's not our child, we don't worry about it. We have to worry about it. because things that I read on this paper says we have to worry about it. Anything we can do to help out is the way it should be. And if you don't think you have time, you do. It literally would take 30 seconds to step up and tell a kid to stop and talk to that child for a few seconds, asking them if they're okay. And if that kid who's bullying the one's parents come up, so be it. There's going to be two sides to every story. But, you know, we got to start sticking up for the little people. Yeah, you like that? I said little people. And that's what it's all about right there. We as a society and as adults, we have to start stepping up, no matter where we're at. If you're in the store, you have to park. The beach, it doesn't matter. If you see that crap happening, step up, take action. Because that kid needs to know that somebody cares. I'm just saying. That kid needs to know that somebody cares and that they're going to stand up for him. So with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. This was a hard subject. You know, I really didn't know what I was going to talk about. I knew what I was going to talk about, but yeah, it's just, like I said, it's one I've been wanting to talk about. And I'm hoping to do another serious one. Again, remember Teespring? Look, Paranormal Jackass merchandise is now out. I'm just saying. There's a link on the Paranormal Jackass page, my personal page, if you're wanting some Paranormal Jackass. If you're not laughing, you're not living merch, support me. I'd appreciate it. Make sure you share this out. I was going to say that earlier and totally forgot. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining. We're in the month of May. Indiana had a bunch of jokes today by letting it snow. You're funny. So I got 4 more episodes, and then I will be taking a break. Season one will be coming to an end. As summer gets here, I'll be a little bit more busier, especially with work. But have no fear, I will be back. I don't have a date yet, but it will be either September or October. I'm hoping to be back just before Fear Fest. So until then, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of the week, a great weekend. And until then, if you're not laughing, you're not living. Good night and take care. Maybe. Wait a minute, you all want me on the show. I forewarned you guys. I'm just saying.
We don't need no sleep because the party don't stop. So